Hello and welcome to part 7 of our Dominion 6 game as middle-aged Nidavangr. So, this episode we're going to continue our attack onto Nabaa. We're hopefully going to be moving on to the Bulk of Beasts fairly shortly once we start divvying out a few more of these armies. We had a big clash with the Naban forces previously, which went very well for us. We lost one of our bears, but you know, you got to take some of the punches sometimes. Otherwise, we're doing really well. Our economy is doing quite well. We're currently on turn 20, so we've got another couple of turns before the end of our second year. And in terms of our infrastructure, we're doing really well. We're getting a lot of things up all at once, and we're hoping to continue that into the future. Okay, so let's have a little look at our infrastructure. So over here in the resting height, we built our laboratory and we built our temple. That means we can now start recruiting more of our guys here. Fantastic. We're going to get Hakon just to search, see if we can find a water site in the resting heights, while our palisade is 1 month away from being finished. Fantastic. As well, our fortress over here is 1 month being away. Gilbert, we're going to get him to search. We're going to have one more recruitment that we can do, and we are actually going to get a Nid Jarl, because otherwise we would have one commander point being used towards a mage, and we have two next turn, potential we'll lose out. I think getting another Nid Jarl would be a good idea, just so we have more people to lead our troops, and we're going to get a bunch more blenders as well with all of our. Over here in Nidavangr, we're currently recruiting a Crow guy. We're going to get some more Nid-bathed. Fantastic. And then we're going to get a couple of Wolf Clan Reavers to go along with them, just while we can use those recruitment points. As for Arrowcatcher, I think we're actually going to get him to stay here for one more turn. We just want him to wait a little while, pick up some more troops, and then start heading down. As it comes, we've got a lot of our death randoms of these Seeker apprentices, which is quite nice. We currently can't cast anything with them because our conjuration is obviously level 0. As soon as we can get Dark Knowledge, we're going to get them to start searching for some death sites, because we have a lot of death gems to spend. 61 death gems, quite a lot. Probably going to pour them into research skulls when we get the construction level, and that should really help our research. Otherwise, while it stands, we'll make sure as well that we're getting some more Wolf Clan here. We've got a bear being recruited here. Overall, our mage construction is really starting to get a lot faster. As it comes for Ragvar over here, we're going to get him to move to the Oaklands, and he's going to produce a temple for us here. And we're going to use that to start producing more of our mages as well. As it comes for this force, we have a fairly large force here in the Oaklands, which we're going to use to try and take out some of the Naban forces. So we're going to move into the Lost Canyon range. And as for our troops here, we're going to get them to move into Askepi. Once we have some more forces coming out of Nenahoa, we're going to try and use them to back us up in Iskapini. Make sure that we've got a holding area on the range of light. Part of me does wonder if we move these guys actually to Irene, cut that off, move to Lost Canyon, and we can worry about Muras in a little bit. Otherwise, we're going to just keep getting a little bit more troops where we can. Thinking, man, how many troops do we have here? We have a bunch of wolf tribes, so we'll get some more wolf tribe. We might as well use the gold. Over here in the Shadowglade, this is a fantastic area for recruiting. We don't really have the recruitment points to use all of it, but we have some of it, which is very nice. We have another scout up here. We're going to send him up here just so we can learn a little bit more about the northern side of the map. And then over here, again, found Eru. John Dying is currently down here. How many soul scars does he have left? He has 2 soul scars, but he does also have Fear 10 now, thanks to his heroic ability. So he's actually really nice. We're going to send him and his army to attack the Light Cavern, which is quite good because this means that we have 2 fairly connected provinces through these cave gateways, just in case we want to use them. And the Mines of Misfortune is actually a fantastic province as well. Look at that population. This would be a really good place for fortification. Unfortunately, there's no special mages that we can recruit here, but maybe we'll be able to get some at some point. Looks like Nabaa was having trouble with these barbarians. That's fine. That's what we want. Ogburn, we're going to get you to just wait around as well. We'll maybe get you actually to start picking up some of these loose troops that we have dotted around the map. We've got Urpa here. We'll make sure that she just grabs a bunch of extra archers. We'll actually recruit a couple more guys in the Oaklands as well. We don't have many resources here is the issue. Let's just get a bunch of cub warriors. We'll get another cub mother as well. She can help lead those troops about. There's a lot, because of all the foreign recruitment we have to keep an eye on where we are keeping our forces. Really don't like this Asphodel carrion force up here. That does kind of scare me a little bit. We don't have the research to really take them on just now, and they will probably beat our troops and beat our boars as well, especially with that many carrion stuff. They are quite nasty, Asphodel, especially with all of the buffs that they've recently gotten. As it stands, range light, we've got plenty of defense there. We're going to get a little bit more defense in the Oaklands. We might as well. Those Jaguar tribe will be quite useful. And we're probably going to get 4 up there when we can. Other than that, I think we're pretty happy with how things have gone. Get a little bit more defense here just so that we get all of that lovely, lovely income. The waste I'm not too worried about, but I'm going to get a little bit of defense just so we can try and stave off a little bit of the forces. Actually, that's a high enough population. We can do more than that. I usually aim to try and get about 10 to 15 province defense on places with above 10,000 population just to assist with the gold income where we can. Part of me is wondering if we get a couple of barbarians from there, but I think we just save our money. We're doing pretty well. We're recruiting a lot all over the map. Get some more mages out here next turn. As far as our commanders go, we have no other commanders to do, and for our research, we're not quite going to get Alteration 4 this month, but we will get the next again. That'll be a massive boost for us and really, really help us out. As for some of our troops, I'm wondering if we take a couple of our Nid-Bathed off of Fafnir and we give them to Galp. Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea. We'll get a couple of Nid-Bathed, we'll give them to Galp, we'll check our scripting and we'll give him number 4 and we'll change that up so that's personal iron skin. We'll save that. So he's going to bless himself. He's going to bless these Nid-Bathed. I reckon he, by himself, can take Munis. And do we maybe send him a little bit more of a buffing force? We'll double check these guys as well. You know, part of me is wondering as well if we maybe take Bar with a couple of guys here. Like so. We take him, get him to actually back up as well. In Munis. Let's just double check his script. Yeah, he's got blessing, he's got iron skin, blah, blah, blah. That's good. They should both have the same script. They do indeed. So that should be enough blesses, and that should be a big enough force to take out there, especially if there's reinforcements coming from the back, because we can't currently see them. Over here in Irene, we'll change this initial moss body on each of these guys to a blessing. And that should be enough blessings in order to get themselves and to get these Nid-Bathed as well. And they'll cast their moss bodies. That should be enough force to hopefully take out Irene. Raise that temple, push back a little bit of this enemy dominion, which will be very, very nice. We can see our dominion is actually getting pushed back a fair amount. It looks like Nabaa has a fairly strong dominion in comparison to our dominion 7, and we're probably just not getting very lucky on some rolls, just due to their temples no doubt being about, and the fact that our god isn't up, but we should be fine. Their dominion won't matter when they're dead. We'll have a quick check under the ground, so that's more pale ones. That's good to know. We'll be able to expand pretty easily into that, and there's actually a throne of ascension down here in the nether as well, so we'll have to keep that in mind. Okay, I think we're pretty happy with that, so let's get going. Okay, so let's have a look. So we've actually found a magical site, the Rockside Spring, very nice. We've also not found anything else here, that's a shame, and there was a battle in Irene. So we're going to be casting our blessings here, there we go. Our Crow Clan are running up to fire, and then we've got our rest of our force coming up, a couple of moss-bodied Nid-Bathed as well. Oh, they actually had some elementals that came out as well, but we managed to just beat through them, very nice. And our Nid-Bathed should be able to deal with this as well. What's this? This is a Malekith. Ooh, okay, so this is actually just one of their fairly decent mages here, which we should just be able to cut down even through their glamour. This is a really nice... so unfortunately, she did seem to escape. She flew up into the air and managed to run away. She did kill 2 of our guys. That is a bit of a shame, but we were able to take the province and raise the temple. Fantastic. There was also a battle in the Lightless Cavern here, so these Bakemono will be a little bit scary, but there's not that many of them. We have archers. Our Nid-Bathed should hopefully be able to deal with them, especially with the Blood Surge. Yep, there we go. So they managed to cut through them. Our Crow Clan are a little bit exposed. Oh, no, we routed. Ah, what a shame. We actually failed our morale check. What happened there? Ah, they managed to kill John Dying. No, not John Dying. So let's have another quick look at that battle. They must have just managed to get him. Where was he? So he was here. He cast his blessing. Yep. Did he not himself not get blessed? No, he is blessed. He has 2 soul scars left. They must have just got very, very lucky. He ran forward. Oh, he took on the entire Bakemonos by himself and he just got cut down. Ah, that is a big shame for him. Oh well, good job, good John Dying. I feel like the all that you've died has been vastly overstated. We'll have to see in the coming turns. But never mind. So there's another battle in Iskapeni, which is our force here with a couple of our bears. We've got a couple of moss bodies. Get a bit of flying hawk coming in, some barbarians. We're going to chop through them with our Nidbathe. Wasn't even close, and we managed to come forward. Bit more blessing. As far as their backline troops, there's not many of them, and we're just going to cut through them with our Nidbathe. Fantastic. Good stuff. That went a little bit better than our other battle, at the very, very least. Nidbathe managed to do really, really well. Killed quite a few forces that weren't province defense, so at least they're not coming back. And there was also a battle in Muratas. So this is our smaller force with our bears fighting off against a fairly decent-ish force, at least with these guys here, these Jan Guard. Doesn't... no, there comes the Bless. So hopefully our Nidbathe should be able to stand against them. We've got our bears coming in. Get a couple more lesser air elementals as well. Yeah, there we go. We've managed to just completely cut through the giants. They've still got some of their commanders over here, but with our bears and with our Nidbathe, we should be able to cut through them, and there they are. They're routing. That was a bit... In terms of the war, this is a much more successful turn for us, as we can see our Nidbathe doing really, really well. Unfortunately, their Soul Scar usage is going to start coming up quite a lot, so they're going to be starting to die in higher numbers as this goes on. But otherwise, an unexpected event happened in the Range of Light. We've got a sect there. We should just get some patrollers there. We completed our fortress, and we completed our palisades. Overall, pretty decent turn. Alright, so from here we can see that our income and our treasury is getting fantastic. So we're going to start moving around a little bit more. We've got a laboratory here, but it's just a kind of a shame in that we don't really have anything that we want to cast with gems at the moment. We just don't have the research for it. But what we do have is a very, very strong mage core, thanks to just purely thanks to how many mages that we currently have. Gunner's going to stay here. He's going to just patrol. We're going to get another wolf clan, and we're going to get more of our lovely little blender girls, and we're going to get a couple javelin guys as well. Raghilder, we're going to get her to come over here, so we've got a couple more javelin boys over here as well. We'll get a few more. She's going to collect them and then move along with Gunnar, our new Didjar. As far as John Dine goes, I'm pretty sure he was just having a holiday over at the capital, so we'll recruit another one of him. Just, you know, get him back off. He's needed again. And we'll get a couple more of these guys as well. As far as our troops here, we're going to get Arrowcatcher to start moving down south to reinforce our armies in the Bogs of Beast. And we'll make sure as well that we're recruiting as many mages as we can. Because we have the money, we're not going to bother with apprentices just now. We'll research there, we'll research there. Yep, we're getting our guy there. We'll get Frigg to actually make this into a fortress. Fantastic. And rather than having Ragnhild move over, we'll actually get her to build a castle here just to help us out a little bit with our administration in this territory. As for Sin, so that palisade is nearly done, and we're going to get Ragnar over here to build us a temple. And just like that, the money is gone. What a shame. So we're going to grab a couple more of these archers in the Oaklands. Urisa's got a couple of cubs. She could come in and help. Urpa is, yeah, we'll move to the Oaklands. We'll move all together. They're probably going to counterattack us in Murias if I had to guess, but what we'll do is we'll pop a little bit of province defense in there. In Irene, we found a fairy circle, so we've got some glamour gems. That's quite nice. And we've also got a source of longbowmen, but we don't really have the recruitment points or the resources in this territory to use it. A little bit of a shame. I would have liked to have some additional longbowmen. We'll maybe get a couple of them over here in the Range of Light, just so we can use them against the giants. All those arrows will help us against the glamour. Glamour doesn't protect you against arrows. As for Asphodel, it looks like Asphodel has actually moved their forces away from us. I'm very, very happy with that. Hopefully that can continue. And there we are with the capital of Eru over there. There appears to be a griffin in the Raspberry Woods. We'll have to keep that in mind. And we'll just patrol here, try and get some of this unrest down so we can get more of this juicy, juicy income. And with that, as quickly as we've started, we've just run out of money again. So we'll get Ogdeburn over here. He's going to pick up some more of these troops that are sitting over here. We've got a nature guy over here. We don't have enough money, so we'll get another apprentice over here. And we'll just make sure that we're recruiting mages everywhere we can, except obviously for Nidavangr, because that is recruiting our John Dine. Okay, we're going to get our guy here to wait. He's giving us some good vision around Nabah. We'll get him to wait there. Again, as far as our research goes, Alteration 4 next turn. That'll be fantastic. We'll take the outside of the Bogs of Beast. We'll start laying siege to that. And we should have enough reinforcing forces coming in that I'm not too worried about what Nabah has done. I think we've actually killed a fair number of their forces anyway, which is obviously very, very nice. And I think with that, we're good to go. Rather shorter term, but that's because we spent all of our money very, very quickly. what we might do, actually, just before we stop, is we've got another cub mother here, and she'll be able to pick up all of these archers. We've got 20 archers there. They'll help in the siege, and they'll help when we actually assault the castle. Okay, yeah, I'm quite happy with how that's going. Part of me is wondering if we maybe send out one of our pro boys to start site searching, maybe God of Winter, seeing as we are getting alteration next turn. So yeah, we'll get him to come out and we'll actually just start site searching. We'll go over to the Golden Fens, because obviously swamp provinces have the higher chance of having magical sites. So we'll focus on doing the swamp and the forests surrounding him in our lands, and that should be good for us. But yeah, other than that, we're down to 1 gold, nothing else we can spend it on. We've done all of our commanders. I think we're good to go for this turn. So let's have a little look. There was a battle in the Shadow Glade. So Nabaa is attacking us with a bunch of crows. Looks like they did a Call of the Wind against our province defense. I don't expect it's going to go very well for us, but then again, these are dual-wielding guys. Ah, the wolf tribe pulling out clutch. These guys really good because they've got the double daggers. If you're against somebody with not very much protection, it's a lot of attacks coming out of a single square. So yeah, the Black Hawks went bye-bye. Yeah, they only actually killed 3. Very, very nice. Yeah, you can see there, no protection at all. Decent defense skill, but with that many attacks, a harassment penalty really starts to kick in, and they just die. Other than that, there was a battle in Lamarck, so let's just have a quick look at Eru, see what they're attacking with. So, okay, we've actually spotted their god. Very, very interesting. Very, very powerful nature caster. Decent war, decent glamour. Only 2 astral, though. We'll have to keep that in mind. 2 astral on your pretender, never a good idea. There's a very good chance you're going to get mind hunted or magic dueled, and you're just going to lose your pretender straight up. Any one of our Crow Clan have a decent chance of just killing her with that. This is a simulacrum, though. Okay, so that's good to know. So she's cast simulacrum on herself, and she's just running around with that. An Eye of the Void. Interesting. So they've actually horror marked their pretender and lowered her magic resistance. Okay, fair enough. And we'll just have another check for their bless. Regeneration, True Sight, and Recuperation. Okay, okay. It's interesting. I don't hate it. That is a very large independent force, however. They must be attacking a throne province. I would think so. Yeah, their god just died. Obviously, this is just a simulacrum, but even so. Alright, good job, AI. Okay, I'm kind of just at a bit of a loss there. So, yeah, that was a throne province. Just AI things, I guess. Okay, so otherwise, moving on, there was a battle in the Bog of Beasts, so we'll have a quick little look at this. This is our larger force here, taking on this province defense. Fairly small province defense. Not feeling worried about this at all. We should have our boys charge on in, clear out this chaff. Fantastic, get the blood surges on the go. And then they're going to come in here, kill off these archers. Bada bing, bada boom. Fantastic. Let's have a quick look at the casualties. So we did end up losing one of our Nidbaith. That was probably just due to that massed archer fire. Overall, not too bad. And there was another battle in the Lost Canyon. So this is us starting to attack Nabaa again. So this is this Malekith, which managed to escape us last time. Our troops coming in, stopping these guys here, these militia. So there's a bit of Stormwind going on. A little bit of magic cast coming out. Thanks to that mage. That's going to hurt a little bit on our troops, especially in this heat with all that fire. Ow, stop that. We got rid of the glamour. We're chopping her down. She is berserked and she is mist form, so we're going to struggle. This is where our magic weapons become in handy, but we've managed to finally chip her down and kill her. Fantastic. There we go. So even though she was ethereal and obviously had mist form, eventually she is going to take enough chip damage that she is going to die. Overall, in terms of losses, we actually did pretty well there. We didn't lose any Nidbaith, and we only lost 6 of our men. Wasn't that much of a defending force, but there was still their Malaka. Although it looks like they may have just run again. It looked like they died, but I guess they just flew off. But we did manage to raise another enemy temple and destroy it. So let's see what happens. The Range of Light, we've got a Plague Cult, Murius, Local Lords of Feuding, and another sectarian movement. So we're going to have to patrol a lot of our territory just to root these out, but we'll do that after we continue our battle in Nabaa. Overall, this war is really starting to pick up steam. We've managed to take quite a lot of territory. We've pushed Nabaa back. Seems like they did actually manage to take out that massive horde of barbarians, so good for them. If we can try and get some of our forces to assist in the Bog of Beasts, we are tearing down the walls in this fortification, so that is good. We do have enough troops here to properly siege them down. And there is the tar pits here. Getting a fire gem. You know what? I'm not going to sniff at that. That's quite nice. Oh, and look who's back from holiday. Fantastic. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this one so far. Please let me know in the comments if you'd like me to go over anything else about Middle-Aged Nidavangr or any other part of Dominion 6. And obviously leave a comment as well if you would like to be a part of our little series. So once again, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, take care.